This is the Marvel Legends Cable action figure in the packaging, and it's part of the Deadpool wave. This is the back of the card art, and going to open this up and continue the review. This is a review on Cable out of the package. Cable also has the left leg of the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure part, but that will be a separate review. He is the leader of X-Force, and he was the leader of the New Mutants in the comic books. And this version is fantastic. It's based on the art of Rob Liefeld, who's the creator of the character. He has 3 accessories. Is this fancy looking weapon here. That's that one. The second one is it attaches to his back here. He has a peg, and right here, you're supposed to put it here. In the comic books, you would always see the art that Cable would have something sticking out in the back over the shoulders like this. So it is comic accurate like that. Look at this. And in the comics, he'd always carry around these fictional big weapons. Look at this. It doesn't move though. There's no real moving parts to it. He could hold it as well, but maybe might be a little better with 2 hands. And the third accessory, which is nice, is right in the holster here. Look at this. This one is a little different in design. It has 2 barrels here. And you can hold that as well. One thing to notice is this has a holding gripping hand. This one is an open type of grip, but cannot hold any accessories. So that's kind of odd, that bit. So that's the 3 accessories that the character has. Now let's look at the detailing on this fantastic action figure. He has this glowing eye effect, but it cannot be removed. It looks glued on, and I wouldn't try to take it out. In the comic books, his eye, which is bionic, glows sometimes, and it would be represented in the books like that. He also has this ear, I don't know, listening device, headgear thing. He had this in the comic books as well on missions, but it doesn't look like you could remove it. It looks glued on as an accessory, so it doesn't look removable. So you're kind of stuck with the glowing eye and the earpiece. This part is a loose neck piece. He would actually use it, I think, to be like a teleporter, personal teleporting device. It's a loose piece here, and the shoulder area here connected to the belt. It's all one piece, but it could be kind of loose as well in terms of posing and stuff. But let's look at the detailing on it. This is Sculpted Detail that you see the way it is. The same thing with these bags over here and the shells here. It's a unique, nicely done detailing. That's for the accessory, nothing here. See the bags here, holster here. A lot of detailing, plus his bionic arm. This is Sculpted Detailing over here. Hopefully it's going to show up there in terms of the details. The belt. These look like reused parts from other figures, but it's nicely made and it fits Cable perfectly. You could see the sculpting, the detailing, that a lot of work went into this action figure. the knee pads, and the boots. Nicely detailed. And the colors, just like in the comics, he'd usually wear like a blue color, some dark pants. So they even got the coloring right. Because Cable in the comics has many different uniforms, and many different artists draw the character with different interpretations. But Rob Liefeld, who created the character, this is that look. This is the design and type of style he would make when he made the character. And even check that out. You could see, hopefully it's going to show up, but in the comics, his right eye has some scars on it, which they did here. And the hair, the detailing on it, the hairstyle, it's like those early comic appearances that the character had. So Hasbro really did a job getting those details right. It is about 7¼ inches tall. As for the articulation, the head on a ball joint can go up, down, to the side as well. This neck piece does get in the way a bit of some poseability. The shoulder area on a ball joint, up, down, in or out, and a swivel bicep. But the shoulder pads here could get in the way in terms of the look and posing. It does have a double elbow, and these are loose pieces. But the wrists are pretty unique in that the right wrist, it has a hinge in a way that goes up or down, and you can spin it. But this, the hinge on the left, is the in or out design, and you can spin it. This helps out in the posing of the accessories. The torso is hindered by this whole harness thing, but it does have torso articulation. But this could get in the way, and it has waist swivel, has ball jointed hips, in out, up down, swivel thighs, double knee articulation, calf articulation right there at the boot top, and the ankles on the ball joint, up, down, and go to the sides. Poses well, but there is some slight restrictions due to the harness and everything over here. And so this is Cable. I'm going to give my final thoughts about it in a moment. Overall, what do I think of this Cable action figure? Part of the Sasquatch wave Build-A-Figure. And simply put, it is incredible. If you grew up in the 1990s comic books, this character was created by Rob Liefeld, and this is based on his art, this action figure. It looks like the X-Force cover, and incredibly detailed. Back in the 90s, this was one of the characters that really influenced the superhero industry, and many people copied in terms of what this guy brought to the industry. Like him or hate him, he changed comic books, and this version of the character is by far the best because it looks like his creator's work, his artwork, was translated to an action figure. Having that big weapon on the back is just like in the comic books where you'd see something over the shoulders like that. The glowing eye could hold all his accessories at once, all three of them. And even that earpiece, just like from the comic books, with the big shoulder pads and all. Fantastically made. I'm actually really surprised that this version of the character was made. The best version of Cable, by far, in this scale. And fantastic action figure. The detail, the sculpting, the overall look. This one is a fine addition to any collection. And thanks for watching, and talk to you later.